This is a 2005 Crown Vic that I need to sell. It's an LX Sport, very desirable model. This is an absolutely beautiful car with, I don't know, 38,000 miles. We'll look at it, 30-something thousand miles. I'll show you in a minute. This is my mother's car, who's deceased now this last week. And so I've got to get rid of this car that's become a problem. And the reason why it's a bigger problem is because related to what killed my mother, which was a stroke and having some mental problems. So she's had this car for a number of years. She bought it used from another little old lady who didn't drive it much, and so it's always been kept in a garage all its life, and my mother didn't drive it much. So it's a 2005 with about 36 or 38,000 miles. I'll show you the odometer. It's in phenomenal condition with one exception. The car has been totaled by USAA, and we bought it back from them at the end of the payment. And so I thought it would be easy to take care of this, but we're in the state of Florida, and apparently a salvage title, if you're not a body shop, it's hard to figure out what you're supposed to do with this. But let me show you what totaled this car. We thought it was a good deal at the time, but it probably wasn't. So getting it totaled. So what she did was she had a problem that related to a stroke one night, and she road rashed this wheel right here, and that tire was flattened. And she was in a parking lot, and she didn't know where she was at or what was going on or anything, couldn't park the car. Somewhere along the line, and I don't know how much you can appreciate it, this is a beautiful sapphire blue. She put a little dent in this door and in this door. I mean, I don't know. It would seem to me like a guy who was a genius at pulling things could get those pulled out. But that's the sum total of the damage, with the exception of this little area down here in front of the wheel where it knocked off part of the trim. And tell you the truth, the paint is not even damaged in that area. So you go look around the rest of the car, and it's in really, really, really good condition. That wheel right there I bought from a junkyard. That's an LX Sport wheel up in Melbourne. It's very difficult to even, you can see the crease, it's right underneath the door handle. You can see it's just a very gentle push-in. Nothing jagged. That's the area. That's why the car was totaled. USA figures, hey, how much is it going to cost? And if it's a certain percentage of the value of the car, which this is a 2005 Crown Vic, and they say, okay, we'll call it totaled. They were probably willing to really work with me too, because, you know, USAA is kind of a premium company. You can tell this car has been baby all its life in a garage, because look at those plastic lenses on the headlights. So it could use a good detailing. Got a little chip right there in the paint. The interior, with the exception of one or two little faults, is flawless. She was a cigarette smoker, and that's the little faults. Nothing wrong with the back, nothing wrong with the trunk. I hope you can appreciate the color here. It does need to be waxed, and probably if it was compounded and waxed out, it would be just a gorgeous car. It doesn't have any lifting clear coat. It's not faded. It is just this. The sun is really blowing out the color on it, but it's a brilliant sapphire blue. All the windows roll up and down. I'll go over everything I know of that's wrong with the car. This car was in northwest Florida, and I'm in South Florida, in the Port St. Lucie area. And I drove it down here, and it drove fine, except for a few little things, which I'll go over, and they are really little things. So let me show you the interior. Interior doesn't look like a 2005 car. This tan interior, no cracks in any of the plastic. This is the worst thing. This is the worst area of the car. It's got some creasing on this seat, as they all do, but not bad. My mother was a smoker. Uh-oh, looky there. 2 little ash damages, and that's it. The rest of the car, including the passenger seat, hasn't really had anybody in it, and the back seats look like nobody's ever sat in them either. Here's our mileage, 36,527, and it's got this air, it's got the air suspension and the upgraded suspension that's in the LX. The steering wheel, no cracks or anything. The steering wheel looks brand new. On the steering wheel, these buttons do depress, but I could not get the cruise control to come on. What else? The air conditioner, when I moved it down here, didn't work. I put some Freon in it. It worked for the drive up here. It doesn't work now. So you're going to have to address the air conditioner. The other thing that had a problem on the way up is that if you were going on the highway at 70 or 80 miles an hour, which it had no problems doing, it runs like a scalded dog. I mean, the engine runs smooth as silk, and it's just, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the engine, transmission, rear end, anything. But the brakes, if you hit the brakes, there's a little shimmy in it, which feels like the rotors need to be turned. I would probably, if it was me, put new pads and rotors on it and call it a day. Oops. So, oops, wrong way. Beautiful interior console that comes in the LX Sports. For all you sporty people, I personally think we should never see anything again in the console like this. They should all be up on the shifter or some kind of button someplace. You know, we're done with stick shifters, in my opinion. It needs to go by way of the dodo bird and the dinosaur. So, it has not been started today, and really it's set for about a year, and I started it yesterday, and I'm sure it's going to start today like I started yesterday. It does have a brand new $400 Odyssey battery in it. I will show you under the hood. Let me get the key out. And I'll show you the title while I'm in here. It's a very clean car. If you want one of these, this is the one you want. That's how it starts. It's got a 6 CD changer. I think that maybe this changer, I'm not sure, but it holds 6 CDs. I think I read someplace there's a possibility that you could actually make MP3 CDs and play in it, but don't quote me on that. That would be pretty cool. You could then make some composite MP3 discs and put them in there. So let me show you the title, what it looks like. I tried it when I first got this thing back from the insurance company. I tried contacting the state of Florida because I went to the property assessor's office and everything about the tag and everything for this. Close that. All the windows, by the way, roll up really sharp and fast, and they all do roll up, which is a Crown Vic problem, by the way. But this one works perfect. And I got the title from it, the Salvage title, and I thought it was going to be a simple thing like, hey, I just have a Salvage title and I'll sell it as a salvaged car, and somebody will be able to, I'll be able to show them that, like, hey, this thing is really not a salvaged totaled car. It just needs a little bit of cosmetic work. Oh, there's one more thing before I get off of the loop here. Is that airbag light has been lit. And it pretty much stays on, so that would need to be addressed. And so I thought that would be a simple thing. So we went down to the title place, the tax assessor's office, and they said, yep, just sign the title, give it to us, and we'll put the title in your name, and that'll be that. Well, they were wrong, and we were there about an hour and a half standing there with my mother who has dementia, and it's hard to keep corralled, and basically they came back to us and told us, oh no, you got to contact this person with the state. Well, that person with the state didn't really want to talk to somebody who wasn't a body shop, and they were obnoxious, and you have to go through a ton of hoops to get this title put in your name. And so it's something that I really can't do. I'm not sure I can even do the replacement of the junkyard and repainting the doors because they're probably heavy, and I've got a bad shoulder now. And so I don't think I can complete the fix of this car, which seems pretty trivial, to be honest with you. And if I was a young man, I would have already had it done. I would have got 2 doors, 2 brand new, or 2 good condition doors from the junkyard, and put them on here and hung the interior pieces on them and been done with it. But if you know how to deal with this problem, I think you'll get a nice car. So there is the title, Salvage Rebuildable. And we are the owner of this from USAA. And they sold the car to us. $721 is what they allowed us for that. So I'm tell you, I'm looking to get a little more than 721 out of it, but I think someone will get a deal on this car. It is just you'll have to work on the air conditioner because it's got a leak. Obviously, got some problems, and I'm not sure. I put the gauges on it yesterday, and the pressure looked fine, but it wasn't making any cold air. So the car drives good. The brakes feel good on it. The brakes are real firm. It has 4 really nice Michelin tires on it, which are like brand new. My mother drove it probably 10 or 15 miles a weekend for the last number of years that she's had the car, and that was it. She didn't go anyplace. And then it stayed in a garage. And so the worst thing that's happened to it is it's been out in my driveway for a year in the Florida sun. So we really need to get rid of it. We don't want to give it away, but we want someone to feel like they got a good deal on it. So that's the offer that we would be looking for. If you have any questions on this car, my email address is les.garten, Garten, @gmail.com, les.garten@gmail.com, and it's in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I got another Crown Vic that has got bigger problems that I'm wanting to get rid of as well. Who knows? If you're a Crown Vic guy, you may want to offer me, a package deal on these 2 vehicles. That one does have a clear tile, but it's clearly got some other issues. It's got front end is kind of needs to be fixed. It's a little loose and rattly, and needs new shocks on it, in my opinion, and some other things like that. And the interior is nowhere near as good, and neither is the exterior. But it also has an engine and transmission that run great. And it's a 98, so I'll make a video about it. Hopefully you can appreciate the quality of the car. I just can't imagine it being in much better condition. A little bit better, it's got the seat burn on it, but the seats are the interior's great on it, exterior's great on it, with the exception of those things that need to be addressed. And I hope it goes to a good home. My mom liked Crown Vics. Thank you. I forgot to do this. I'm going to try to run these videos together, join them. There you can see the color may be a little better. Here's under the hood. I mean, you can tell that this car has just been lived its life inside, because look at the brake cylinder there, the reservoir. It's not yellowed or anything. It basically looks like it's brand new. This car has not been cleaned or detailed ever under the hood. There's the reservoir for the washer. I mean, it's just, it's in just outstanding shape. No leaks, no oil leaks. Here's the battery I just put in. It's a long story why I had to spend this much money on a battery for a car that I need to get rid of, but that's it. It's been in there about 3 or 4 days. So it seems to me, if you've got a modicum of mechanical abilities, that this is, and you want a Crown Vic, an LX Sport, this would be a deal for you. Thanks for watching.